Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Dustin Kreis, and I warned you. These things are going to be coming, I'm going to be doing these more, because I just happen to pick up beers, every time I go out to the grocery store, or, when the supply gets low, yada, yada, yada. I'm sitting here cleaning the house. The wife left me a honey-do list, so working on that, and I start to feel like, you know what, might as well drink a beer while doing it. So let's go ahead and do one of these videos here real quick, take a little break, and talk about this. The Stone Brewery Imperial Russian Stout. Now, I've had this before, but it's been a very long time since I've had it. And the Imperial Russian Stout, if I were to pick a desert island beer, like if I went to a desert island and only had one beer to drink, it'd probably be an Imperial Russian Stout, because I really do love the style. It's unfortunate, though, because I can't find very many versions of this where I live, because my liquor store was taken over by a giant eagle. And when they bought out the liquor license, the selection of beers went way down. They do carry a lot of good stuff, though. It seems to be getting better. If you want wine, buddy, they got wine out the ass. But the beer selection is getting better. Of course, you have basically an entire row of Budweiser, and who gives a fuck about that? But let's go ahead and talk about this. But I love the Imperial Russian Stout. It's probably my favorite style. You get everything you get with a stout, but more. And like always, I'm going to read you the story off the bottle. But, Stone Brewery likes to write a novel there, so bear with me. Stone Imperial Russian Stout is so thick and rich and, well, sinful, you might feel certain that you are to be doomed to the fiery pits just for even thinking about taking a sip. Already it's got me drawn in. It almost seems evil. Rest assured, however, that your ever-faithful gargoyle has done his job well by successfully warding off all evil spirits. In fact, we guarantee that no sin was committed in the production of this seemingly pernicious brew. We will admit that we use copious doses of decadence in creating the viscous beauty you have before you, but no actual sin. You'll have to add that on your own. Stone Brewery, very verbose. Brewed in the authentic historical style of an Imperial Russian Stout, this ale is massive. Intensely aromatic notes of anise, black currants, coffee, roastiness, and alcohol. And heavy on the palate. This brew goes where few can and fewer dare even to try. The style originated from Tsarist Russia's demand for even thicker English stouts. Expect our version of this mysterious brew to pour like Siberian crude and taste even heavier. So there you go. I would have to say, if I remember correctly, my thoughts, the golden standard for me on Imperial Russian Stouts is Old Rasputin. If I remember correctly, though, I did really enjoy Stone Breweries. I've had Dragon's Milk and things like that, and I still think Old Rasputin, if you're going to go into Imperial Russian Stouts, I still think that's it's definitely the best one I've had. It has a taste that when it first hits your mouth, very stout-like, and then when it starts to hit the back of your mouth, it just punches you through a wall. And while I don't really remember if Stone Brewery has that same, just reading the top of the cap there, has that same punch, we're going to find out here in a minute. So let's go ahead and pour. Got my Columbus Microbrew Festival glass here from 2012. Went there, had a good time. Voila. So this is 10.5 alcohol by volume. So, be prepared. This is, hefty. So here we go. Oh, yeah. It doesn't hit as hard as Old Rasputin, but boy, whew. It does have that Imperial Russian Stout. Like, it hits your mouth and you're like, oh, this is nice. This is just like a traditional stout. And then you start to swallow it. And you're like, whoa, where did all that flavor come from? Yeah, the thing with the Imperial Stouts, I find, really the big flavor I get is almost like roasted chocolate, or roasted coffee, more so now that I think about it. But the roastiness, there is a real roasted flavor with the Russian stouts. And I think that's where you get a lot of that punch is really from the roastiness. There's probably, if you guys want to learn more about Russian stouts, type it in. There's probably all kinds of beer snobs out there that can really lay it down for you and really give you the technicalities of it. I'm more interested in just saying, is this really good? And Stone Brewery, they have not let me down with any of their beers. The Arrogant Bastard, the Ruination IPA, the Double Bastard, the Self-Righteous Ale, all of them are fantastic. So if you go into your liquor store, grocery store, wherever you buy your beer, and you see these big bottles with this gargoyle on it, it says Stone on it, just pick it up. They do not do a bad beer whatsoever. And, ooh, got that beer burp trapped in there. But, yeah, their Imperial Russian Stout, while very good, it does not, for me anyway, it does not upset Old Rasputin. I think Old Rasputin is still sort of the, for me anyway, the sort of torchbearer for the Imperial Russian Stout. However, I do admit that my tastings of different kinds of Imperial Russian Stouts is kind of limited because it's not a style that in sort of Southern Ohio is a big seller. I find that the IPAs, for some reason, IPAs are a dime a dozen, and you can find IPAs just out the wazoo. When you get into things like stouts, and if you're like me and you really like stouts and porters, you kind of have to sometimes travel very far to get these. Like sometimes I have to go to there's a nice beer shop up in the North Market in Columbus, where this Microbrew Festival was. And they carry a lot of the sort of very specialty beers. But, my local beer store doesn't. They have a lot of stuff there, and it's definitely a better store. But I'm unable to try a lot of Imperial Russian Stouts. I did try Sam Adams, and I didn't care for it. I thought it was pretty bland, to be honest with you. But Stone Brewery and Old Rasputin. I'll do an Old Rasputin one here soon. Yeah. So as far as this goes, I definitely say if you find a bottle of this, go buy it. They seem to only release it as sort of the fall to winter months. So I think it is kind of a seasonal thing. With Stone Brewery, you can let these age a little bit to sort of get a stronger flavor if you wish. But yeah. Definitely go out and pick one up. I'm going to go and enjoy this more and finish cleaning this house because we're having a Halloween party and the house is a mess. So, anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.